Okay, start.
Good afternoon, all. Today I am going to discuss about in vitro in vivo correlation, dissolution profile comparison, drug product stability, consideration in the design of drug product. Let's start through the slide. Dissolution. Dissolution is a process in which a solid substance solubilizes in a given solvent to yield a solution. That is, mass transfer occur from the solid surface to liquid phase. It depends on the affinity between solid substance and solvent. Rate of dissolution. It is defined as the amount of drug substance that goes in solution per unit time under standardized condition of temperature, pH, and solvent composition and constant surface area. It quantify the speed of the dissolution process. It depends upon the several factors like chemical nature of solvent, temperature, degree of undersaturation, presence of means of mixing, interfacial surface area, the presence of inhibitor. In vivo correlation. In vivo in vitro correlation is an approach to describe the relationship between an in vitro property of dosage form, that is rate and extent of drug release, and a relevant in vivo response, that is plasma drug concentration or amount of drug absorbed. Purpose of in vivo in vitro correlation study. It serves as the surrogate for the in vivo bioavailability and to support bioawares. Bioawares means product for which in vivo bioavailability or bioequivalence study may be waived. That is, these studies are not considered necessary for product approval. It also used in the optimization of formulation. Uh, in vitro in vivo correlation help to reduce the number of human study during the formulation development. Level of in vivo in vitro correlation. There are 5 level of correlation, which are level A, level B, level C, multiple level C, and level D. Level A correlation. The percentage of drug dissolved at given time is correlated to percentage absorbed. It is a highest category of correlation. Represent point-to-point correlation between in vitro dissolution time occur and in vivo response time course. It utilizes all dissolution and plasma level data available to develop correlation. In level A correlation, percentage drug absorbed calculated by method of residual Wagner-Nelson method, low Rieselman method, by the graph. Level, okay, level B correlation. The mean in vitro dissolution time, that is MDT, is compared either to mean residence time, that is MRT, to or to mean in vivo dissolution time. It is not point-to-point correlation like correlation level A. Does not reflect the actual shape in vivo plasma level curve. Level B correlation are generally seen in NDS. It depends on statistical moment analysis. Mean dissolution time in vitro MDT compare with the mean dissolution time MDT in vivo or in vivo MRT, that is mean residence time. Level C correlation. One dissolution time point is compared to one mean pharmacokinetic parameter such as area under the curve, Tmax, Cmax. A single point estimation and does not reflect the entire shape of plasma drug concentration curve. It is the weakest level of correlation. It can be useful in early stage of the formulation development when pilot formulation are being selected. Level C correlation relate the dissolution time point like T15, T19, etc. on mean pharmacokinetic parameter such as AUC, Tmax, Cmax. This is the weakest level of correlation as a partial relationship between the absorption and dissolution is established, as it does not represent the entire shape of plasma concentration time curve. Multiple level C correlation. It is a relationship between one or more pharmacokinetic parameter like Cmax, AUC, or any suitable pharmacokinetic parameter, and moment of drug dissolve at several time point of dissolution profile. Multiple level C correlation should be based on at, at least 3 dissolution time point covering the early, middle, and late stage of dissolution profile. Level D correlation. It is a semi-quantitative and rank order correlation. It is also known as the qualitative analysis. It is not considered useful for regulatory purpose, but serve as aid in the development of formulation or processing of formulation procedure. Basic requirement for developing in vivo in vitro correlation. Data are here are the some requirement. First one is data obtained from the human study are required for the regulatory consideration of the correlation. Two or more drug product formulation with different release rate are developed and their in vitro dissolution profile generated using an appropriate dissolution medium. Uses of same dissolution method for all the formulation. Plasma concentration data from a bioavailability study for each of the formulation. Application of in vitro in vivo correlation. Here are the some application of in vitro in vivo correlation. It is applicable in the drug delivery discovery of drug delivery system. In it help in early stage of drug delivery technology and development, that is R&D. Early stage of R&D. Formulation of assessment of various formulation by in vitro dissolution specification, biowaiver, further biowaiver, establishment of dissolution specification, in vitro in vivo correlation for parenteral drug delivery system, and mapping for the drug development procedure. Limitation of in vitro in vivo correlation are more than one dosage form is need. Pharmacokinetic and absorption of the drug should be linear. Absorption should not be the limiting factor. If the solubility is not limiting factor in comparison to the drug release, and in vitro in vivo correlation may be attempt. The release must be depend on the formulation and must be the slowest phenomenon versus dissolution and absorption. Let's comes to the dissolution profile comparison. Let's start with the definition. It is a graphical representation in term of concentration versus time of complete release of API from the dosage form in an appropriate selected dissolution medium. That is, in short, it is the measure of release of API from the dosage form with respect to time. Importance of the dissolution profile. Dissolution profile of an API reflect its release pattern under the selected condition selected set of condition, that is either sustained release or immediate release of the formulated formulas. For the optimizing the dosage formula by comparing the dissolution profile of various formulas of the same API. The most important application of the dissolution profile is that by knowing the dissolution profile particular product of the brand leader. Method of compare the dissolution profile. There are several methods for the compare the dissolution profile. First one is graphical method. Second one is statistical method. Statistical method is further divided into two parts. First one is t-test and another second one is ANOVA. Model dependent method. Model dependent method can be further divided into several parts. That is zero order, first order, Hickson Crosswell, Oguchi model, Kashmir and Peppas model, Baker-Lonsol model, and model independent method. Last one is model independent method. Model independent method is also further divided into various procedure. First one is ratio test procedure. Second one is pairwise procedure F1 and F2, and last one is multivariant confidence resign procedure. Graphical method. In this method, we plot the graph of time versus concentration of drug in the dissolution of medium or dissolution medium or biological fluid. The shape of two curve is compared or comparison of dissolution pattern and concentration of the drug at each point is compared for extent of dissolution. If two or more curves are overlapping, then the dissolution profile is comparable. If difference is small, then it is acceptable, but higher difference indicate that the dissolution profile is not comparable. In graphical comparison of dissolution profile, first figure shows to the there is a comparison between formulation A and B, and second figure also illustrate there is a comparative comparison between the formulation A and B, and and other graphical representation are showing difference. Let's go to the model dependent method. First one is zero order kinetics model. In zero order kinetics model, the release of API is independent from the drug concentration of the dosage form. Mostly zero order kinetics is followed by the transdermal system or osmotic system, and it can be expressed by the following equation. And application of zero order kinetics for the comparison of transdermal as well as the matrix tablet with low solubility drug in coated form or osmotic system etc. Second one is first order kinetics. First order kinetics utilize the uh, noise and Whitney equation, which give the rate of loss of drug from the dosage form, and it is expressed by the following equation. And application of the first order kinetics is uh, it help to establish the relationship which can be used to describe the drug dissolution in pharmaceutical dosage form, which containing water soluble drug or porous matrices. Third one is Huguchi model. It is also known as the diffusion matrix model. In 1961, Huguchi developed the model to study the release of water soluble and low soluble drug incorporate into the semi-solid or solid matrices. The rate of dissolution from a planar system having a homogeneous matrix, the relation is often, and it can be expressed by the following equation. And its application it is applicable for the modified release doses from transdermal system and matrix tablet with the water soluble drug. A Barker Landsell model. In 1974, two scientists or researcher, Barker and Lansol, developed the model from the Yuguchi model and described the control release of drug from a spherical matrix, which can be represented by the following equation. And it is mostly applicable for the microsphere and microcapsule dosage form. Hickson Crosswell model. It is used to evaluate the drug release with the change in the surface area and the diameter of the particle tablet. The rate of dissolution depend on the surface area of solvent. The larger the area, faster the dissolution, which can be expressed by the following equation. And it is applicable for the irradiable matrix formulation dosage form. And this model is also called the root law. Let's come to model dependent method. Period wise procedure, difference factor F1 and similarity factor F2. Mainly F1 and F2 is followed by the tablet dosage form or capsule dosage form. The difference factor F1 as defined by the FDA, calculate the percentage difference between two curves at each time point. N is a measurement of relative error between two curves. And F1 can be calculated or determined by the following equation. The similarity factor F2 as defined by FDA is logarithmic reciprocal square root transformation of some square error. Error N is a measurement of similarity in the percentage dissolution between the two curves, and it can be expressed by the following equation. Limit for similarity and difference factor. For difference factor, uh, 0 and less than or equal to 15. Similarity factor, 100 or greater than or equal to 50. Interference, dissolution profile are similarity or bioequivalence of two profile. Correlation based on the plasma level data. Uh, in correlation based on the plasma level data, in vitro dissolution parameter are the time for specific amount of drug dissolve. For example, 50% of doses, amount of dissolve at a specific time point, mean dissolution time, parameter estimate after modeling the dissolution procedure. In vivo plasma data parameter are AUC, Cmax, fraction absorbed, absorption rate, constant Ka, mean residence time, mean dissolution time, mean absorption time, concentration at time t, amount absorbed at time t. Correlation based on the urinary excretion data. Dissolution parameters are correlated to the amount of drug excreted unchanged in the urine, cumulative amount of drug excreted as a function of time, etc. Uh, for third one, correlation based on the pharmacological action. An acute pharmacological effect such as LD50, that is lethal dose 50 in animal, is related to any of dissolution parameter. Factor affecting the in vitro in vivo correlation are complexity of the delivery system, composition of formulation, physiochemical property of drug, dissolution method of manufacturing. Various parameters used in vitro in vivo correlation depending on the level. Level A, in vitro dissolution curve, in vivo input absorption curve. Level B, in vitro statistical moment, and that is MDT. In vivo statistical moment, MRT, MAT. Level C, disintegration time, time to have 10, 50, 90% dissolution rate, dissolution efficacy. In vivo Cmax, Tmax, Ka, time to have 10, 50, 90% absorbed, AUC total or cumulative. Application of in vivo in vitro correlation in drug delivery. uh, it is applicable for the early stage of drug delivery system development. And second one is formulation assessment by the in vitro dissolution test, dissolution specification. Further by however, in vitro in vivo correlation for parenteral drug delivery system, which can be used by the potent drug and chronic therapy, limited volume of tissue fluid and area of absorption. Meeting dissolution requirement. There are some requirement to meet dissolution. According to the code of federal regulation CFR, drug product application should include the specification necessary to ensure the identity, strength, quality, purity, potency, and bioavailability of drug product, including an acceptance criteria related to the dissolution rate in the case of solid dosage form. For the selection of dissolution acceptance criteria, the following points should be considered. First one, the dissolution profile data are the pivotal clinical batch and primary stability batch should be used for the setting of dissolution acceptance criteria of the product. That is specification, sampling time point, and specification value. Second one is specification should be established based on average in vitro dissolution data for each lot under study. equivalent to USP. Stage 2 testing, that is N is equal to 12. Third one, immediate release formulation. The last time point should be the time point whereas where at least 80% of drug has been released. Of the maximum amount of released is less than 80%. The last time point should be the time when the plateau of the release profile has been reached. And fourth one is for the extended release formulation, a minimum of 3 points are recommended to set of the specification. This time point should be cover the early, middle, and late stage of the release profile. The last time point should be the time point where at least 80% of drug has been released from the dosage form. And fifth one is the dissolution acceptance criteria should be set in a way to ensure consistent performance from the lot to lot of the doses from formulation. And this criteria should not allow the release of any lot with dissolution profile outside those that were studied clinically. Consideration in the design of drug product. There are several considerations in the design of drug product. Let's come to the pharmaceutics consideration. First one, study done to decide the physiochemical nature of the drug to be used. For example, salt and particle size. The limiting of the timing of this study is relation to the preclinical study with the drug. The determination of the solubility and dissolution characteristic, the evaluation of drug absorption and physiological deposition studies, the design and evaluation of the final drug formulation. Second consideration is pharmacodynamic consideration. Pharmacodynamic is the study of the effect of drug in the body and its mechanism of action. Therapeutic consideration include the desired pharmacodynamic and pharmacological property of the drug, including the desired therapeutic response and the type of frequency of adverse reaction to the drug. The therapeutic objective influence the design of drug product, route of drug administration, dosage regimen, and manufacturing process. Third one is drug substance consideration. The physiochemical property of the drug substance are major factors that are controlled or modified by the formulator. Important physiochemical property including solubility, stability, chirality, polymorphism, solvate form, hydrate form, salt form, ionizable behavior, and impurity profile. These physiochemical property influence the type of dosage form, the formulation, and the manufacturing process. Physical property of the drug such as dissolution rate, intrinsic dissolution rate, particle size, and crystalline form influenced by the method of processing and manufacturing. If the drug has low aqueous solubility and the intravenous injection is desired, or soluble salt of the drug may be prepared. Let's comes to dose consideration. Some patients experience unique difference from the regular adult population in pharmacokinetic parameter due to difference in metabolic background, renal metabolic difference in metabolic background like renal clearance, weight, volume of distribution, age, and disease stage, like liver impairment, renal impairment, and consistently require the individualized dosing. Therefore, the drug product must be usually be available in several dose strength to allow for the individualized dosing and possibly dose titration. Some tablets are also scored for breaking to potentially allow as supported by appropriate data. The administration of fractional tablet dose. Uh, let's come to patient consideration. The drug product and therapeutic regimen must be acceptable to the patient. Poor patient complaints may be result from the poor product attributes such as difficulty in swallowing, uh, disagreeable disagreeable odor, bitter medicine taste, or too frequent unusual doses requirement. In recent year, creative packing has allowed for the patient to remove one tablet each day from a specially designed package so that the daily dose are not missed. Only disintegrating tablet and chewable tablet allow the patient to typically take the medicine without water. Thank you.
Thank you, Roshan, for the good presentation. So many points are described in one whole presentation. So all the points are included. So many things were discussed, mainly in the first few slides. The things discussed IVIVC, in vitro in vivo correlation, and this there are different levels for correlating in vitro release of the drug and in vivo correlation. And also this graph, this particular method, this methods to compare the dissolution profile are also very important. You can use several methods to compare the dissolution profile. And finally discussed about the considerations in the design of a drug product, like the biopharmaceutic considerations, pharmacodynamic, drug substance considerations, dose and patient considerations. So each has several factors which have to be considered when you are designing a drug product. The physical